Okay, so we'll begin our practice time together. You can see the light coming back through your own windows and also through mine. So at least for right now, the sky is clear, the air is healthy. I'm actually experiencing my light sensitivity as it comes back, so I will change to my other glasses, these ones, when I'm teaching you. But this is to help me manage being in this proximity to the computer with my brain still recovering. So very glad to see you all, and I know we need these practices right now so much. So I appreciate your commitment to being here. So please take a comfortable seat where you can be at rest in your body, and we hope the mind is also going to be resting in the body for the next few minutes. So you can do as you like, hands in your lap if that's your preference. Hands on your heart if you need that. You're welcome to close your eyes, or you can have your gaze just be inward, maybe downward. So your mind can come more inward and downward also. There are times where we define the word yoga to mean the experience or the state of being unified, of being in union with. So I'm just going to ask you to let that rest in your awareness for right now. What does it mean to be in union with, or to have communion, what might be one way to say it? What does it mean to be unified in yourself between all the parts that you are and also your deepest self? And what does it mean to be in union with this larger intelligence and with each other? So just let's have that rest in your awareness for the next short while as we sit in silence together. And my recommendation is that you do sense that you're sitting with others, that you aren't here only by yourself. And when you welcome this to rest in your heart, you can use your breath to kind of keep yourself present to this consideration. What is yoga? When we say the word can be translated as union. So you might use your breath in this manner, where you inhale and let the consideration touch you in your body, your heart, your mind. And then with the exhale, just softening any mental riffraff that threatens to get in the way of your reflection. And now gently welcome your breathing to become deeper and more purposeful. So with the inhale, you can start this light experience of ujjayi. So you have this gentle sound beginning that you hear in the inner ear. And also let the breath go deeper down into your pelvis and become a little more expansive in your ribs, back ribs and side ribs. And welcome the breath also to come up into your heart, the back of the heart as well as the front. The Yoga Sutras say this: Atta yoga nusasanam yoga chitta vritti narodaha tada drastu svarupe avastanam. It means after so much preparation, now the yoga begins. And yoga is defined as when the mind, riffraff, settles down and we see clearly. We are unified with each other, with everything that has been and all that will be. With consciousness and grace. We also are aware, when the mind riffraff settles, we can become aware of our shared human condition, our capacities for fear and anxiety, our capacities for discord. But when we are in the yoga, yoga chitta vritti narodaha, when we're seeing clearly, we also have tada drastu svarupe avastanam, and we're able to abide in our essence and to see the essence of everything and everyone. And of course we are urban yogis, some of us are rural yogis, but we are contemporary yogis living in a time and in a society that wasn't deeply rooted in yoga at our beginning. And so we do fluctuate. We find we are longing for that clear seeing and to be in our essence and to see the essence of everyone and everything. And we fluctuate. We fall back from that. We see ourselves or others as flawed or unworthy or worthy of fear or anxiety. We see the past influencing the now. We become afraid of the future. Of course, those things happen. And when we're on the yoga mat, we're here to allow the full force of feeling to be metabolized so that the ripples in the mind can actually settle down, and we, on the other side of our practice, will see more clearly, love more clearly, feel more clearly. So you can bring your hands together at your heart, and we'll sing this today in call and response, so I can teach it to you, and you can reference it by looking in the Yoga Sutras when you have the inclination. It's Sutras 1, 2, and 3 in the first chapter, the first pada. Atta yoga nusasanam Atta yoga nusasanam Yoga chitta vritti narodaha Yoga chitta vritti narodaha tada drastu svarupe avastanam tada drastu svarupe avastanam. Now, after all of our preparation, which includes our difficulties and our challenges and our longing to be suffering less, now after all this preparation, the yoga begins. Yoga is the experience we can have when our mind is not getting in our own way and we see clearly, both within and without. And then we get to rest in that clear understanding. We get to live from there. We are abiding from there. May this practice help us along the path. You can bow your head to your heart if you like. Release your hands, and as you sit up tall, let's do a couple warm-ups here for the spine and for the breath. So please cross your left hand to your right knee and walk your right hand behind you. And as you twist to your right, look over your right shoulder. We'll start gazing to the right. You can breathe in through the nose, please. And when we exhale, we're going to exhale and make a sound out of the mouth like so we're helping the exhale to go more smoothly and consistently and to release the residue in the body. So gazing over your right shoulder, inhale through your nose. And then exhale with the sound. Repeat that 3 times. And one more time. And rotate to center. Pause for a moment and just check and see if there's any clearing up of the mind. And then cross your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. Please twist to your left, and 4 times again the same breath. And twice more. Last one. Okay, please come around to center. And when you come to your center, now place your hands up on your shoulders. And we're going to be exhaling side to side, so you'll be making a strong exhale through the nose, left, right, left, right. When we finish, we'll come to the center, we'll inhale, suspend, and then we'll exhale. Let's begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Now inhale through your nose, base of the pelvis, mid-torso, up to the heart, and hold the breath. Make a tiny opening with the lips and exhale really slowly. And then deeply relax the belly and your mind. Now we're going to repeat that. Place your hands on your shoulders. Let's begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Then inhale through the nose, bottom to top, and hold the breath at the top. Make a tiny opening with the lips and exhale slow and steady. And then deeply relax your belly. Relax your body and your mind. And listen for any even slight change in your mind's ability to be reflective or clear. And then please come to table pose with 2 blocks available nearby. I will switch my camera and get this set for you guys. So table pose with the 2 blocks. And let me get the other camera up. There you go. Okay, so what I'd like us to do is use table pose, cat-cow, and some shoulder openings to really get into the upper back, the neck and the shoulders, because I know many of you have told me how stressed you are right now. And I understand, and we're here to help ourselves manage the stress, not to oppress or suppress anything, but to understand how to be in relationship with what's happening. So please come to table pose. The blocks can be nearby. And on the inhale, press into cat, which is familiar to all of us, and I might make you think the breath is backwards here. On the exhale, come to cow pose. So know that inhale or exhale are both options, and I'm using inhale to cat so we can broaden the breath into the back hemisphere of the body. Then exhale to cow, and tone your low belly as you bring your heart forward. Now we're going to start using sound on the exhale. So inhale through the nose to cat pose. Exhale with a sound. Inhale cat. Cow pose. Cat pose again. Once more, cow pose. Now, reach backwards to child's pose. Invite your hips to come to your heels. Keep your arms stretched out in front, please. Relax the weight of your head for a few moments. And listen for what, if any, changes are happening in the breath when you come to child's pose. Having had those 3 breaths to expel, what now is the experience of the breath in your body? And now roll forward to table pose and take 1 block for each hand. Let's put them on the flat setting for this. And then we're going to be making 1 high and 1 flat. Okay, so we'll do inhale to cat. So you're going to broaden your back. Now, keeping your cat pose strong, just go halfway back to child's pose. So you're really more about expanding your lower back there. That's the exhale. Inhale, roll forward to cat again. Exhale to cow pose, where your heart comes forward, like a little back bend. Open your throat, please. Okay. And then inhale through the nose to cat pose. Halfway to child's pose. Inhale, cat. Cow. Cat. Halfway to child's. Cat pose. Cow pose. And now table pose for a moment, and take the block under your right hand and make it tall. So now you're going to be asymmetrical, and that's on purpose. Then I'd like you to step your right hand and your left knee forward. It will feel a little bit awkward in the body, but we're going to find the small places along the spine that are also holding tension right now. So inhale to cat pose. Keeping both arms straight, go halfway back to child's pose. Notice the right hemisphere of your spine. Inhale forward to cat. Exhale forward to cow. Inhale through the nose, cat pose. Strengthen both arms, use the push reflex. Exhale halfway back to child's pose. Inhale to cat, keeping the lumbar spine broad. Then exhale to cow. One more through the cycle. And then step back to table where your hands are symmetrical. Then make the block under your left hand medium. Step your right knee and your left hand forward. Okay, and then inhale to cat pose. So the back of your body is going to be more broad. Halfway back to child's pose. Inhale, forward cat. Cow. Cat. Halfway back. Cat pose. Cow pose. And then step back to table pose, symmetrical, keeping your hands on your blocks. Reach back to child's pose. And this time when you release the weight of your head, release it part way. Let your head hover between your upper arms. So you have to lift from the base of your skull very slightly to do that. Think of your ears as balancing between your triceps. And breathe in and out through your nose, and notice any changes in your mind, your breath, your capacity to be more reflective or unified, less divided or fragmented. And then walk yourself forward to table, tuck your toes under, Step forward to Uttanasana. If you're someone who uses blocks for Uttanasana, whether you're flexible or not, you can place the blocks for your Uttanasana. And in this Uttanasana, we're going to practice 5 times. Only inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose now. But 5 times we'll inhale to glide the spine forward. It's called Ardha Uttanasana. And then we're going to exhale to bow towards the legs. And we'll do just nose breathing this time. Okay, so inhale, slide forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Continuing, inhale, slide forward. Exhale to bow towards your legs. Hatha yoga nusasanam. Inhale your heart forward. And exhale to bow towards the legs. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Inhale your heart forward. And bowing to the legs. Tada drastu swarupe avastanam. One more time, please. Inhale forward. And then exhale to bow towards your legs. And with your heels grounded, then inhale, rise up to Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands to your heart. For Surya Namaskar, we use Ujjayi breathing. So inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana straight away. Think of this as a way to cleanse the lungs, using the deep abdominal muscles at the very end of the exhale. Inhale, glide your heart forward. Left toes back, basic lunge. Inhale to rise. Exhale, airplane pose. Think of this also as a time when you're closing the torso to your thigh, so you're helping the exhale to depart. And inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane pose. Take the breath out slowly, smoothly, so the strength of the exhale is also the strength of your mind and body. Inhale to rise, keeping the pace and velocity consistent. Exhale, airplane pose. One more time, rising up. And now descending. Hatha yoga nusasanam. Inhale, step forward. And then exhale, right toes back. Inhale to rise, using the Ujjayi breath. Exhale, airplane pose. So smooth and steady. Synchronize your movements with the length of your breath cycle. And please don't be coercive or demanding with the breath cycle. We don't all have the same length breath. That would not be possible. So each of us with our own biology, physiology, our histories, our practices, our capacities. Still practicing yoga. One more time to go up, please. And then exhale to descend. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Inhale, step forward, bring your heart forward. And then enjoy a deep bow to your legs, squeezing the low belly at the end of your exhale. Inhale, rise up, upward hands. And then to the heart. Tara drastu svarupe vastanam. Now we're going to add downward dog, cat, cow, cobra, seal. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward. Left toes back. Inhale to rise. Synchronize with your breath length as you come down to touch the blocks. Inhale, downward dog. So exhale, plank pose. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, cow pose. Inhale, seal pose. Exhale, cobra pose. Slide your shoulders back and your heart forward. Good. Inhale, upwards, seal pose. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, downward facing dog pose. Now exhale, left foot forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, descend. Use the pace of your breath so you're really unifying, synchronizing, harmonizing. Inhale, right foot forward, heart forward. Exhale for a deep bow to the legs. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now listening inside, we still probably have some yayas in there. We're going to do a breathing practice where we step back and we step forward, and it helps to move some of what I'm calling the yayas or the mental riffraff. So in this practice we go like this, you step back and you raise the hands up, and you step forward and you come down to two fists and you sort of land it. For those of you who are gymnasts, you know what I mean by landing it. Okay, so it's an inhale to step back. It's a strong exhale to step forward, and the pace sounds about like this. So that was a full inhale, a little faster with a little bit of a sound because it's through the nose like that, but then the exhale goes this way, out the nose, and it has this finishing point right there together. Then we do the other side. So let's try it together, please. Left side, forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, forward, left, forward, right, forward, twice more. And then stand really still. Let your body do what it next needs to with the breath, which could even be yawning. And see if you can allow your body to just know from the inside what's next with the breath. Hatha yoga nusasanam yoga chitta vritti nirodha namaskar again. You might notice your breathing could have a little bit more length or smoothness to it now. So in a very prayerful way, moving slowly with integration and synchronization is strongly recommended. So inhale. And then uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward, keeping the tempo of your breath as the conductor of the pace of your movements. Exhale, left toes back. Use the full exhale length there. Inhale, glide up. Exhale, glide down, arms wide. Lightly touch the two blocks. This time, inhale, step forward, heart forward. Right toes back, use the full exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale, wide, forward and down, moving at the pace of your breath with the intention to unify your mind, your breath, your body, your heart. Downward dog, inhale. Plank pose, exhale. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, seal. Exhale, cobra. Inhale, seal. Plank. Downward dog. Exhale in downward dog pose. Now breathing in. And then step forward with your right foot and your left foot, coming into Uttanasana as the exhale finishes. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands to your heart. Notice any sense of the mind fluctuations clearing or settling, and your capacity for perspective or clarity returning. I'd like you to take a wide stance on your mat now. And a wide stance is like the length of one of your legs, more or less, so it's going to be based on you, not some other arbitrary measure. You're also going to need your two blocks, and you'll need one for each side, so I'll get my set over there to the right. Please turn your right foot out to the right, and take the left heel, pick it up slightly, and take it out to the left. And that's your foundation. And inhale, sweep your arms wide. And then bend your right knee and come into Warrior Two. The strong stance. So gaze out over your right fingertips and welcome your breath to be concentric, to be expansive. So that welcome implies that you're receiving the breath, but I'm also saying let it be concentric and expansive. That means don't get in your own way. So from the inside, if you imagine the inhalation beginning at the pelvic floor and then into the pelvic bowl, and then expanding, including across the back of your waist, the back of your ribs into your kidneys, your adrenals. You're nourishing the organ system during your inhale. And when you exhale, also imagine the exhale beginning at the pelvic floor and gently zipping up the front line of your spine Giving a little squeeze to the organ system. Maintaining that pace for your breath. Please bring your right forearm down to your right thigh and sweep your left arm past your left ear. It's called Parshvakonasana. So in this case, same concept with the breath. I want you to nourish the organ system on your inhalation. And think of that as you're trying to nourish your vitality. And on the exhale, you're giving a squeeze to the organ system, hoping to squeeze out whatever you would consider to be the residue of toxic living or out of balance living. Could be the residue of food or thoughts or emotions. The residue of the unhealthy, the unskillful. And then on the inhale, we let the nourishment come back in. So yogis understood that part of the process of learning to see clearly or coming back to our essential nature would be to remove the obstacles that are in our way. And those obstacles were considered to be internal. So removing thought patterns, removing habits, removing how we make our own fluctuations from within. Of course, we're responding to life events, but yoga is asking us to, let's say, update or make more elegant how are we going to respond. So let's do one more inhale here. Press into your right heel, and then exhale, rise up, warrior two. And inhale, straighten your right leg, join your palms together, and let's come to center. And then to the other side. So turn your left foot out and slide your right heel just slightly back. Inhale, sweep your arms wide. And then bend your left knee to warrior two. As you gaze out over your left fingertips, imagine yourself like a warrior in life. You are actually having the warrior's journey. And bring awareness into the breath so you can sense the inhale touches lightly the pelvic floor and fills out the pelvis. And then concentrically widens into the sides of your ribs, including your back ribs. And the exhale is when you're going to tone the pelvic floor and the deep low belly, so it's drawing inward and upward. And inhale to nourish again. And now exhale, bring your left forearm down to your left thigh, sweep your right arm past your right ear. And continue with the same breath process to have a sense you're nourishing. On the inhalation, you're revitalizing. On the exhale, you're asking certain parts of the riffraff to depart. You're sending them on their way. Sometimes that's old habits, old thoughts, repetitive habits, repetitive thoughts. In yoga, those are called samskaras and vrittis. So with the inhale, when you want to nourish the organ system, also energize your legs. So right foot, left heel, right arm, left arm. Energize all four limbs, I should say. On the exhale, when you're toning the low belly, really take it sincerely. You don't have to shortchange the exhale. The emptiness of the exhale prepares you for the beginning of the inhale. With your next exhale, rise up, warrior two. Good. And then inhale, center your hands, straighten your left leg. Make your feet to center again, parallel. And now take this block on your right and place it. So you're going to stand on it on the flat setting, on the right side of your mat. When you place it, it might be helpful to step your feet in. Put your right foot, and then step your left foot back. And you're going to check this is for warrior two. When you straighten your leg, be aware that you're not going to push that block out from under you. You're also going to use this for side angle pose. Yeah, and it's going to change the experience you have in your pelvis. Okay, so gazing down, check that your right knee lines up with your third toe. And then zip the pubic bone up. Bring your hands together. And here we go. Inhale, take your arms wide. We need you to be vital. So this is our focus in class. Bend your right knee. Come down to side angle pose. Right forearm on your thigh. Reach your left arm past your left ear. You can apply some downward pressure with your right forearm against your right thigh, particularly if you put the right thigh kind of up close to where your hip, your thigh meet each other. And then tone your right outer hip. So you might have this downward pressure with your right arm, but you've got this underneath support from the back of your right hip. Energizing both legs. Now bring your full attention to your breath. Breathe in to revitalize. And breathe out for cleansing. Think of that which you are releasing from the organ system too. It's not just from the mind or the thought factory. Our minds are influencing our bodies, including our organs. So one more time, breathe in. And then exhale, push down and rise up to warrior two. Breathe in. And then exhale and straighten your right leg. Join your palms to center. And you're going to bring the left heel, left toes, and then step your right foot down. And come to mountain pose for a moment so you can feel the distinct difference from your left and your right hip to your feet. Then we'll go to the other side. Okay, so placing your left foot up on the block, it's helpful to step up to it, know where it is, and then walk your right foot back. And check your distance. And then bring your hands together. Give a little check here from your left knee to your left toes. Good. And breathing in. Exhale, bend your left knee. Take the arms wide. Tip from your pelvis, your left forearm to your left thigh, right arm overhead. And you can apply pressure here with your left forearm down against the upper part of your left thigh. So energize your legs, look for great stability, unity, we might say, and then give your full attention to the breath. So the internal stability that you can create in many ways is dependent on the external stability of the asana. You check that your feet are grounded, your leg muscles are not in shavasana, they are not passive. And with a stable structure, you have the internal space for the inhale and the exhale to be revitalizing and cleansing. With your next exhale, push down and rise up to warrior two. Gaze out over your left fingertips. And then exhale and straighten your left leg. Bring your palms together. As you center, then go heel toe in, and step your left foot to meet your right in mountain pose. And close your eyes. Try to sense the quality of mountain in you. The third line that I'm sharing with you starts with the word tada. And the word mountain pose in Sanskrit is tadasana. Tada, mountain, asana, tadasana. So listen for the quality of mountain in you. quality of mountain. And then please come down with 2 blocks and a blanket for sitting on, 2 blocks to be nearby. When you take a seat, this is going to be for a practice of pranayama that involves nadi shodhana, and we'll keep the blocks close by for some hip opening poses we're going to be doing. So sit in your pranayama seat, what you consider to be comfortable for pranayama. And the practice that we'll do, we're going to inhale through the left nostril. We'll suspend the breath. Exhale through the right. No suspension, just a little pause. Then we'll inhale, suspend, exhale, release, tiny pause. And so we'll be making this shape again and again, changing the nostrils after the inhale. So bring the first 2 fingers into the center of your palm and just get this mudra ready and rest your hands out over your knees. And you can ask yourself again, what is the word yoga or unity? The word to unify. What does it mean for you? And then bring your right hand up. So this practice integrates the hemispheres of the brain, left and right, balances the nadis, left and right. So you can think of it as a practice of yoga, a practice of union, a practice of uniting, integrating. So close the right nostril, inhale, left side only. Suspend the breath equal to the length of your inhale. Close the left, exhale right, equal to the length of the inhale and the suspension. A brief pause at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale right side, gently counting the pace of your inhale. At the top, suspend the inhale length as the suspension length. And then close the right nostril. Exhale left side, using the inhale length as the exhale length. So all 3 parts are equal. Now inhale left. Suspend and continue at the pace that is yours. So inhale length is suspension length is exhale length. At the end of the exhale, there's a slight pause before you next inhale, but no formal suspension. continue at your own pace until you come to your next exhale through your left nostril. And at the end of that exhale on the left side, then rest both hands in your lap and let yourself rest as your body continues the integrative process. Okay, and now, with your two blocks near enough by, I'm going to ask you to lie on your back with your knees bent. This blanket can be put aside to use later, if you choose. When you lie down, put the blocks close enough to reach. And we're going to place the two blocks initially so that they are making a little diamond shape like this. Okay, so they go on the flat setting. You lift the hips, put the two blocks under so that you're really supporting, the sacrum is between the two blocks. You're supporting yourself at the back of the thigh and pelvis, but the sacrum is right between the two blocks. It's not actually touching the blocks. And bring the knees up just to vertical. The feet can dangle from the knees and the shins. They're kind of not essential right now. Try to put the knees at about vertical and just make some very small circles of both knees, slowly enough that you can feel that there are sensations along the sides of your sacrum. And also what you might be sensing there, the pattern of tension that comes with the processes of apprehension, angst, feeling ungrounded. All these emotions are also held in our bodies. Let's reverse the direction of the circle, please. And then bring yourself to a place you would think of as center and touch your left foot down, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and press your right thigh open by using the muscles of your pelvis. Right? So if you scoop the pubic bone slightly in, it's going to give you a little bit like a cat pose tilt. And then you lengthen the right thigh out, like a telescope, I like to say. And the muscles at the outside of your right hip need to be toned in a way to bring your right thigh out and down. You breathe in through your nose and keep the breath still unifying your presence between your mind and your body. Even though there's not a physical movement that we're synchronizing with, you can keep the breath rhythmic. Inhale for nourishing the organ system. And exhale for the cleanse that comes as a natural part of the exhale breath. And then, keeping awareness of where you are on these two blocks, pick up your left knee to bring your right leg up to figure four pose. Okay, so the two blocks, my hope is that they don't slide. Mine are holding steady. So if your blocks are sliding apart, you might have them too wide to the start. So you can bring them a little closer. And as you hug your left knee towards your chest, it brings your right ankle with you. And yes, you might feel your right outer hip. As you breathe in and breathe out through the nose, keep a similar rhythm and pace, like the pace of kindness or presence. When we say inhale to nourish the organs, that's like nourish them with kindness, with appreciation. And exhale to release the residue that the organs even are carrying, the residue of our thoughts, our apprehensions, our angst. And then when you next exhale, slowly glide back so your left foot is going to find the floor, and then touch your right foot down next to your left foot. And cross your left ankle over your right knee. And again, we're going to open the left knee first and try to stay on the two blocks. I hope that they're not sliding. And as you press the left knee open, think of it like a telescope. And sustain those actions and let your attention rest inside your breath. The inhale to nourish the organs of the abdomen. The exhale is the cleansing part of the breath cycle. You could just gently sense how sometimes thoughts rise and descend, and there's an easeful cadence and you feel like you have some leadership over that. At other times, the ocean of thoughts seems more stormy. Right now we're hoping that there's an easeful cadence and you can be in the part of you that's witnessing, observing, kindly noticing what is happening. And then pick up your right knee and encourage your legs to come in towards your chest. The blocks, my hope is that they stay stable. That's my experience of my blocks. I hope it's the same for you. You could always touch them a little bit to give stability. And as the right knee brings your left ankle closer, yes, you're going to feel your left outer hip. So even, of course, not only the organs are holding our thoughts and our stress, but the muscles, the pelvic floor, the hips, the joints, everything. So imagine the nourishment you're providing, the residue you're releasing, so that you can experience yoga, the yoga in the mind, not only in the body. You're going to slowly, slowly bring your right foot back to the floor and then your left foot. And pause to rest right here. Let your body kind of recalibrate right there. Then press down into both heels. Lift your hips just enough to put the blocks aside. Let your pelvis come down and notice what it feels like when your sacrum returns to having contact with the floor. Now put the soles of the feet together. Take the two blocks to support your knees. You may rest your hands on your belly, if that's comfortable. Close your eyes. So this is a really essential time. We just did a kind of craniosacral rhythm reset for you. Let your mind be really heavy with relaxation. Our intention is to help return each of us to enough vitality that we are experiencing yoga and looking at our responsibilities in society, in the ecology, from this place of yoga. So please deeply relax your mind, your habit mind. And in that deep relaxation, allow your senses also to release. So the senses neither seeking nor averting, simply resting. And allow your senses and your mind to relax. And let your body get heavier and heavier, also with relaxation. So welcome the back of your head to be at rest against the floor. Relax the weight of your shoulders, your upper arms, and your elbows. And allow the upper back to relax into the floor. The back of the heart also becoming heavy with relaxation. Allow everything to become quiet, heavy and relaxed. Moving from the upper back down to the ribs. Imagine your floating ribs relaxing into the floor beneath you. Allow the heaviness to go deeper down into the back of your waist. So adrenals, kidneys, and now let the organ system in the abdomen also get heavier, limp, with relaxation, with revitalizing. And allow that heaviness to come down to the back of the sacrum, the back of your pelvis. Let the inner abdomen be really grounded and relaxed. I like to say limp with relaxation. And trusting in your body's ability here to come back to a unified whole inside. Let everything relax a few degrees more deeply for just about 1 minute more, please. Now, over the next several moments, just become aware of the quality of your mind and your body. If you were to picture your internal ecology right now as a landscape, as a part of the larger ecology, what might you sense in there? And in that reflection, notice the quality of your mind, the feeling tone of your heart, and your sense of connection with all that is. Hatha yoga nusasanam yoga citta vritti narodaha tada drastu svarupe avastanam. And please lightly wiggle your fingers. Bring your knees up to center. When you're ready to do so, please roll to your right side. And rest on your side for a few moments, please. And you can use both hands to bring yourself back up to sitting and to come to a seat that you can use for meditation. You want to be comfortable and steady in meditation, so we say stiram sukham asanam, sukham stiram asanam, a steady and comfortable seat. And rest your hands in your lap, or if you are someone who prefers, of course, a hand on the heart, a hand on the belly. I'd like you to imagine this kind of like internal ecological reset that you've been cultivating. You've been collaborating with yourself and in a shared practice. And go inside this inner landscape and try to sense what is present there now. What do you sense to be your capacity for love or grace, for wisdom, tenderness, your capacity for listening, for compassion, and sit quietly. Imagine you're gazing at a landscape. You're getting to know it. You don't already know it. Gazing inside. What is your capacity? What is the source of this capacity? And as you continue to reflect, what gets revealed, we more calmly abide, tada drastu svarupe vastanam. And from this inner gazing, you also listen intimately enough to find out, okay, what actions are required of you? And you can ask what actions are required, like today. You don't have to ask for your 5-year plan right now. What actions are being prompted from inner wisdom, from this place of recalibration? And you can join your hands together at your heart. We'll sing and call in response. I'll sing both parts. Atta yoga nusasanam. Atta yoga nusasanam. Yoga chitta vritti narodaha. Yoga chitta vritti narodaha. Tada drastu svarupe vastanam. Tada drastu svarupe vastanam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you very much for being here to be a part of this recalibration effort, right? It really is important to us to know that other people are taking care of their health and well-being, mental, physical, spiritual, community health. So thank you for being here.